Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do, and I'll bet it can be hard work. You know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico Easy. Visit geico.com today. That's geico.com.
Hello. 'Tis I, Richard Dixon, Talk 995, talk995.com. Look, I'm tired of all these people picking on Joe Biden. So far, really, the only thing that he's not handling well, is foreign policy and the economy and coronavirus response and border control and jobs and crime. Other than that, oh yeah, reading off a teleprompter, answering questions. Other than that, world-class president. I mean, this is Mount Rushmore quality stuff we've got going on here. Thanks very much for tuning in. Lots to talk about today, including my friends at Lovelady Electrical Contractors, 603-3692. Lovelady Electrical Contractors can fix what ails ya. If you have an electrical problem, whether it be small, like mine, I wanted some lights in my attic, okay? I knew I was going to store a lot of stuff up there, Christmas stuff. And I said, I need a switch I can flip when I walk up there and be able to, yeah, there it is. Ta-da. Didn't take long, did a great job, didn't cost much. Or I have an entire industrial facility here that needs to be rewired because we're retooling and bringing new equipment in. Great, they can do that too. Do it all the time. They're the incredibly increasing, expanding, and decreasing, shrinking electrical company because they will fit whatever need you have. That's who they are. That's how they roll. Lovelady Electrical Contractor, 603-3692. Make the call or visit them online, facebook.com/Lovelady Electrical. All right, 545-9950, 844-455-9950. JC's on the cell phone. Here to talk about Afghanistan. What's going on, JC?
He just dropped it. We have Will the Chubb Father.
All right, thanks for nothing, JC. Let's talk to Will the Chubb Father. Hello, Will. What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you, brother?
I am exquisite as always. Why even ask?
Right, I know. It's habit. It's a rhetorical question.
It is a rhetorical question. I know.
You were talking about useless, standoffs and guns and this and that, and it just made me think about this week when we were in New Orleans. A lot of my guys were having to go out into the field with National Guard escorts because they were getting shot at, and a few of them attempted robberies. They were taking temporary generation to some neighborhoods, and we're talking about like these $700,000-$800,000 generators, not just the generator that you go to Home Depot and buy.
Right.
They were having to take the tires off of these generators because people kept trying to steal them. They have GPS markers in them.
Yeah.
And this is a situation, and a couple people that tried to steal them died because they tried to unhook them. And it turns out, if you don't know what you're doing, you can fry yourself pretty easy.
Oh, yeah.
But it just made me think about, you were talking about nonsense and guns and standoffs, and I was like, it's crazy that you got guys trying to go and restore temporary power so that you at least have something, but people are trying to rob you and shoot at you.
Yeah.
And you're doing nothing but trying to help a neighborhood, and then you try to steal the generator. It
is a strange truism about humankind, and I saw this the other day, that if you have a pizza party at your office, for instance, there will be some people who take 3 pieces of pizza because they're afraid it's going to run out. And then there are some people who will take only 1 piece of pizza for the exact same reason. They're thinking along the same lines, but they behave differently. These disasters will bring out both the best and the worst in humankind. You have the best, people like yourself and others who go down specifically to help, organizations that, pour money and pour manpower into trying to bring these people back. And then you have people who are going door to door pretending to be insurance adjusters so that they can rob these people electronically while they're at their lowest point in their life. You know, like what goes on inside of that mind, I cannot imagine, and I don't want to. But I got to say, it is a truism that these things bring out both the absolute best of America and the absolute worst of America every single time.
And, you know, that was not the most absurd thing that I witnessed. The most absurd thing that I witnessed was the National Guard coming in to help. Convoy, like 50 trucks deep, tanker trucks, dump trucks, da-da-da-da, whatever. The National Guard gets on site and is there for 8 hours before their supplies of food and water arrive. These guys are coming up to me. Do you have some water? Can you help? Well, yeah, absolutely. So we ended up feeding and giving them water, but I'm just like, you are in trucks that are empty.
Right.
Why is there not food and water in the back of your trucks?
That's the U.S. government at work right there, my friend.
Oh, man. It's crazy.
Is the U.S. government at work.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for the call, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was down there making it happen in the wake of Ida. Lots still going on down there. Lots of money still being raised by good people for good reasons. And it's going to take a while to bring that city back up. I mean, it took quite the drubbing. You lose the power poles like that. The plumbing gets disrupted, and, you know, life isn't going to be the same for a long time in New Orleans, a long time. Add that to the fact that it's run by one of the more corrupt governments in the history of American city governments. Not just the city, but, you know, the state, the South, you know. The Huey Long era is not that far in the rearview mirror, and we certainly have seen that. You know, a lot of people they didn't talk about this. They buried this a lot after Katrina. But I have a friend who was a cop and he went and did some security down there as well. You might remember that there was a story in the wake of Katrina that there were missing something like 400 police officers. 400 police officers had just vanished, and they could not find them anywhere. And then they began to sort of put some pieces together and figured out some stuff that then made the story essentially disappear. Of the 400 police officers that had vanished, about 150 were actual people who decided that they wanted to go be with their families and help with their families rather than, you know, go out and be on patrol. And, you know, they were concerned about getting their families out of New Orleans and so on and so forth. And they were roundly treated shabbily by other police officers. Many of them, when they attempted to come back, were told, we don't have any place for you. You know, we needed you during Katrina, and you were much more involved with your own self, so we want nothing to do with you. But the other 250, well, part of Joe Biden's big crime package, you know, he was the one who put it together back in the mid-'90s with Bill Clinton, had to do with federal funding of local police officers, that they would actually pay police officers' salaries for you to increase the size of your police force, and you did that commensurate. Like, you know, a smaller city, a city like, I don't know, we'll just say Homewood, might have hired 5 police officers and gotten federal funding to do that. A city the size of Hoover probably would have done that more to the tune of 25. A city the size of Birmingham would have done that to the tune of 50, maybe. A city the size of New Orleans was probably going to be more like 150, 200, maybe 250. You know, it was a good-sized city, especially before Katrina. And federal funds were going to pay for these police officers. And so here we have Katrina hit, and the feds come in, and they're like, we need all hands on deck, and you get folks looking into law enforcement and saying, let's get these police officers. Where are these people? Where are those people? Where are these other people? It turns out that somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 to 250 police officers were completely fictional and were simply there on the books so that they could collect money from the federal government to, quote, pay the salary end quote, to this person who didn't exist. Now, where that money went, who the hell knows? But that's essentially how New Orleans was operating at the time. And trust me, things haven't changed much. Things haven't changed that much. You know, it's been a corrupt Southern government lesson since the beginning of time, quite frankly. And I don't see that as changing a whole lot, because so much of it, not just in New Orleans, but certainly we've seen it in Birmingham as well. A lot of it comes down to what's in it for me. Where's my piece of the action? You know, if I'm supposed to vote yes on this, if I'm supposed to give the high sign as a politician, if I'm supposed to sign off on this, well, then I need to make sure that I get some largesse out of it. You want to know why we still don't have any sort of a lottery in the state of Alabama? You want to know why we don't have gambling? We don't have sports book? Because the right palms have not been crossed with silver. It's just that simple. Oh, I know there are people out there. No, it's the Baptist lobby. Oh, there's so many people who want to try to fight this and stop it from happening for moral reasons and so on and so forth. Bourgeois. You get the right people, the right incentive, and this thing will pass in a heartbeat. You might have seen that 4, maybe 5 gambling interests have gotten together in the state of Alabama to lobby themselves. I mean, you've got the Mobile racetrack, you've got the Birmingham racecourse, you've got Green Track, I believe, you've got Shorter, and there might be one more that I'm missing. I can't think of it. But they have banded together now and formed their own little consortium, which is to lobby basically the state government during this next session and try to persuade them to pass some sort of gambling legislation that would get us a lottery, potentially table games, potentially sportsbook betting. And you think, well, why are all the dog tracks doing that? Because whenever this comes up, it always comes down to, and we'll just do that at the places where we're already gambling, rather than it being like an open and fair bidding process where anyone can do this. It always comes down to the guys who are already rich, we're going to make them richer. It's essentially how it works. I don't have an answer as to why that is, but I'm betting you can figure it out. All right, 1:13, enough of my gum flapping. Would love to hear from you, 545-9950, 844-455-9950. About whatever number of topics happens to strike your fancy, anything we've discussed thus far, or the big stupid question of the day, your own personal mantra. Hit me with it, baby. It's Talk 99.5 and Talk995.com. Bum, bum, bum. It is 119, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. I have a number in mind. It's a number I'd like to hit by, 3 weeks from this past Friday. 3 weeks from this past Friday. Yeah, the number I'd like to hit is my weight. There's a weight number that I want to be when I wake up that day, and there's a reason for that. It's because it's my birthday. It's the day I wake up, and I'm 58 years old. And I would very much like to weigh this number, which I'm not going to share with you because nothing is more boring than listening to people talk about how, what their goals are weight-wise. And it's personal for everybody, really. Do your clothes fit? Do you feel good? That's what really matters. But I have an idea. I have a number in mind. I know where I want to be. And I'm going to work real hard to get there, but it's not going to be as much work as all that. Thanks to Way to Wellness, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. Because I get to eat 6 times a day. I'm a guy. Women eat 5 times a day. And because they've got the, fabulous, I like the snacks, the salty snacks. I like the pasta-type dishes that I can have for dinner. I really, really, really enjoy their protein bars. They taste like as good as any candy bar I've ever had. Their breakfast cereals are fantastic. Everything about the program is easy to follow, and it's easy on your budget. I'm doing it without any sort of drugs. I don't do the prescription thing, but you could if you want to, if you feel like that's going to help, then by all means. It's physician-supervised weight loss that really works, and the initial consultation will cost you absolutely nothing. So by all means, give them a call, 994-2393, or visit them online, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. Let's go back to the phones. Got E on a cell phone. Normally when he calls in, he's got some sort of traffic issue, but now not so much. What's the story, E?
Traffic is looking good over here in Helena. Hey, before I get to the big, stupid question, can I brag on one of your sponsors? Is that okay?
Please do. Please do.
So this past weekend, football kicked off, so I got invited to a little party, and the only thing that I could drink there was beer, because after tasting their water, which was so horrible, I was so appreciative of Aqua System that I have at home. I was like, how do y'all people drink this?
Mm-hmm. I have that problem, too. I can't do it. Cannot drink other people's water, man. I'm drinking some right now. I'm drinking Aqua System's water on the air, baby.
It has spoiled me. Yes, sir, it has.
All right, tell me about your personal mantra. What do you got?
It's not a lie if you believe it.
Remember, Jerry, it's not a lie if you believe it. I love it. Thank you, E. Don't share that with anybody else. Let's talk to Bill on a cell phone. Bill, you're on Talk 99.5. What's going on?
Hey, Richard, got to answer to your big, stupid question.
Hit me,
this is a fatherly phrase. He told me, don't let the fear in your heart turn to lead in your ass.
It's true, you know. Fortune favors the bold is another way of putting that. I use that sometimes myself when I have to take a deep breath and dive into something that's a little like, I'm not so sure about this. Fortune favors the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Love it, Bill. Thank you for the call. Here is the Hawk on a cell phone. What's up, Hawk? Hawk, you there?
One of the best presidents we've ever had was Andrew Johnson. The radical Republicans wanted to penalize the South, and he said, no, Lincoln wants the South to go back just like they were. And Johnson took a lot of heat for not penalizing the South. And but the worst president I see by far is Joe Biden. The worst president before Biden was Jimmy Carter. So I'm sure the Carter family's delighted that now Biden's in there. Biden's offenses should be treason. And treason, he should be in jail. He's the commander-in-chief, and he's committed treason. He's working with the enemy.
I don't know how he comes back from this to become anything other than the worst president in the history of the United States. I just don't see that there's any sort of switch he can flip. Yeah, I mean that he really is. He wears that mantle proudly. Hawk. Hey, thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it. A pleasure as always. Here is Stephen in Birmingham. Stephen, you're on Talk 99.5. What's going on?
Hey, I was at Homa yesterday, and they're not getting power down there probably until like the 29th or 30th of the month. From New Orleans all the way, it looked more like a tornado had gone through there than a hurricane.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There's, a lot of the places had shingles off the roof. The Dillards down there probably had 75 or 80 power trucks sitting there. It's kind of surreal. You see it on TV all the time, but, when you see it in real life, it kind of just, throws you for a loop.
It really does. You're just like, wait, 50 miles back there, things were fine. And now I'm here, and this is like a bomb went off. Yeah, it's freaky, man. I've been in the middle of it. I know whereof you speak. Pray for those folks and help when you can and where you can. Thank you for the call, Steve. We're going to take a quick break, and somebody's put together the definitive list and ranking of fast food chicken sandwiches. Stand by. Without hiding, won't you help me if you can? Love me some Jackson Brown. Seen him in concert a couple of times. Always puts on a good show. 131 Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Work Trucks is downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South, and they have every kind of truck that you... Well, they don't have the big diesels, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the truck for your business. I'm talking about the delivery van or the passenger van or perhaps the tool body truck because you're in the pest control business, you're in the electrical business, you're in the plumbing business. Maybe something with a ladder rack on it or a toolbox on it or whatever it is you need. They can outfit it the way you like. Whatever brand it is you like, they probably have it in stock. This is the Southeast's #1 pre-owned work truck dealer because they know their stuff. They scour the country. They find the best of the best. They bring them here. They put them through a 120-point inspection. And then they put them on the lot at great low prices for you. Work Trucks downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South, where they are all about trucks. So get there. Or visit them online, worktruckswithanxllc.com, worktrucksllc.com. Very quickly, David, the fast food chicken sandwiches ranked by Country Living. Don't you basically look to Country Living for all of your taste and food concepts?
Obviously. I mean,
yeah, sure.
When I think fine gourmet, I think Country Living, my friend.
Country Living is right where my head goes. At number 9, they put Arby's Classic Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Nothing fancy, just real good taste. Yeah, well, they said, it's nothing fancy, but they questioned the good taste. The deal breaker is that the sandwich tasted reheated and was not juicy. Yeah, nothing worse than a not juicy chicken sandwich, man. Coming in at number 8, the Burger King Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's second to last, guys. The consensus was that Burger King should stick to burgers. Number 7, the KFC Crispy Kernel Sandwich. You would kind of hope that KFC, a place that chicken is what they do. Yeah, not so good at number 7. Yeah. Promises crisp. It was more chewy than crisp compared to other restaurant sandwiches. It was small. The bun wasn't anything special. Seemed like a missed opportunity to compliment the meat. A lot of negativity there, man. Ooh, never had it. I can't speak. Number 6, the Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Sandwich. You've had this, haven't you, David? The grilled chicken sandwich.
I love it. It's so good. Yeah. And that honey barbecue sauce that comes with it is just amazing to put on top of that.
It is quite delicious, and yet I don't get that because when I'm at Chick-fil-A, you know what I'm there for. I'm there for the original Chick-fil-A. Exactly.
Now, my dad will add mayonnaise, but I eat it pretty much just a straight. I don't add anything to it. I like the butter on the bun and pickle. I may get extra pickles. But
really?
I love pickles. Okay. I think pickles make sandwiches.
All right, straight out of that foil container into my face. Number 5, Shake Shack Hot Chicken Sandwich. Never been there, but I got to tell you, it looks good.
It's. I think that's at the Summit across from the Cheesecake Factory. I've had their burgers. I've not had any of their chicken sandwiches, but their burgers are amazing and their shakes. Well, that's the reason they're called Shake Shack, my friend.
Exactly. Says this is an original sandwich you won't be able to find anywhere else. Their own cooling cherry pepper slaw dusted with guayao, no idea what that is, and cayenne pepper blend. It took them months to perfect. It's beyond juicy for those who like it hot. You can order it hot or extra hot. The chicken is made fresh and is slow-cooked sous vide in a buttermilk marinade, a fine dining technique that prevents overcooking. Good Lord, how much must this thing cost? And it's only 5th. It came in 5th in this poll. Holy cow. Coming in at number 4, Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Chicken Sandwich. Okay, it's one better than that thing I just described to you. That should be reason enough to go try it. Number 3, McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Chicken Sandwich. This was their answer to Chick-fil-A. This was where they were like, we're going to try to rip Chick-fil-A off a little bit here. And I got to tell you, they did okay with it. They did. I've had one of these, and I'm like, okay, don't hate it. Don't hate it. If it's Sunday and I'm craving Chick-fil-A, well, I'm probably still not going to eat this. But still, it's close. It's close. At number 2, they put the Chick-fil-A Spicy Chicken Sandwich, which is delicious, by the way. If you haven't had it, the spicy chicken sandwich, I can go either way. I can go spicy or I can go regular. I'm fine. 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
You know, if you're feeling frisky, add cheese and bacon.
You can do that. You can absolutely do that. SHG gets hers dressed up all kinds of different ways. And then, in their opinion, this is once again Country Living, the last word when it comes to fine dining. Popeye's chicken sandwich is number one. Yep, that's what they say. Never had a sandwich that was crispier than this. Tender, all-white meat chicken breast filet. First, the meat is marinated in an authentic blend of Louisiana seasonings, then hand-battered and breaded in buttermilk coating. Should win as a standalone because it's that good, but it gets better with the crisp, barrel-cured pickles, classic or spicy mayo, and a toasted, buttery brioche bun. I'm going to have to go try one of these days.
I prefer the spicy over the regular. The regular is good, but
Okay.
I mean, if you're going to Popeyes, you need to go spicy because it's basically what they put in the batter to make the crispy fried chicken spicy. They make it a sauce. Yeah, it's in a mayonnaise.
I can do that. I'm all about it. Let's go to Ray J on the Birmingham broker phone line. You doesn't have to call him Ray. You doesn't have to call him Jay. His name is Ray J. What's up, Ray J?
I got to answer the big stupid question of the day.
Your personal mantra. Yeah.
I have two opposing depending on the day. It's either get busy living or get busy dying, or I could go Frankly Madeira, I don't give a damn.
Both very good mantras to live by. One of them, of course, from Shawshank, and the other one from Gone with the Wind. Hey, I sometimes use them both at the same time. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Ray J. Here's a Boomer in Sylacauga. Boomer, you're on Talk 99.5. What's going on?
Hello, my brother. I hope you're having a great day.
Exquisite, as always.
Great. No, the best chicken sandwich that you can get, greasy, fall off bone. I mean, just drip in your mouth. It's got to be Sonic. It got to be the broiled chicken breast at Sonic. Has to be.
Loving the grilled chicken breast at Sonic. Never had a chicken sandwich at Sonic in my life. Can't even remember the last time I've been to Sonic, to be honest with you. I think it was probably for breakfast at some point. But
my mantra, if you don't mind, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not at all. Not at all.
No hurries, no worries, no problems, no drama. Peace out. Y'all have a great day.
It's a good mantra to have. Thank you, Boomer. I appreciate it. I notice an awful lot of people who say no drama are actually the drama people. So I appreciate when I run across people who are really no drama. And I feel like maybe if you are no drama, you don't feel the need to say no drama. Because there are an awful lot of people out there who are like, I don't do the drama. And then you're like, oh, you are like the most drama-filled person I know. It's nonstop drama with you 24/7. Do you understand what drama means? I'm beginning to think that maybe you don't. I got a couple of other little stories here that I could share with you before we get to the good news story of the day. Oregon's McDonald's is asking 14-year-olds to apply amid the current labor shortage. Now, people my age look at this and say, yeah, that's how old I was when I got my first job. Actually, I was 13 when I got my first job. And I had been working already, for my dad, and I had been shoveling walks and I had been mowing lawns. There was no such thing as an allowance at my house. When other kids were talking about allowance, how much you get for an allowance? Oh, I get $5 a week. I get $1 a week. I get $1.50 a week, whatever. I was like, I'm allowed to live there. That's what I get for an allowance. So when I wanted to have some money of my own, I was told, well, you know how to do that. You go get a job. And so I did. And somewhere along the line, we decided to make it very difficult for children to work. And I don't understand why. When my daughter was 15, maybe she was 14, she wanted to work at Hot Topic. And she went and applied, and they said, okay, you can work here, but you can't work past 8 o'clock on weeknights, past 9 o'clock on weekends, and you can't work the cash register until you turn 15, I think is the deal. And so she was very, very boxed in, and she loved doing the work there, and she loved having money of her own, which was very cool. But I was surprised at the number of hoops that had to be jumped through. And then I find out later that there were a lot of places where you had to like sign a paper for your kid to work at 14 or 15 years of age. When did we decide that it should be hard for kids to get jobs? You know, I was always frustrated by seeing grown-ass men driving around in cars delivering papers. I was like, you are taking a job away from a grade school kid who needs that money so that he can go buy baseball cards and crack. You know, I mean, come on. What are you doing? I've never understood that concept of why we allowed that to happen. And when we are talking about there's 10.5 million jobs that are open in the United States of America right now with no people to fill them, that's because at some point we decided children shouldn't be doing this anymore. And I don't know why. When the hell do you think you're going to learn a work ethic? When are you going to learn showing up on time matters? When are you going to learn that the government is going to take some of your money whether you want them to or not, and you have to get used to that? When are you going to learn that a hard day's work ends up with a hard day's wages, and you have that money to do with as you please, whether that's putting it into the college fund, some of it maybe, blowing it on candy, whatever it is you want to do. This is where you're supposed to start learning these lessons. But for some reason, as a society, we decided to make it damn near impossible for people under the age of 18 to get a job. And so consequently, mommy and daddy foot the bill straight through to 18. And then after 18, kids are like, well, why should I keep working? Why should I start working? They keep paying me. Mom and dad keep giving me money. So I'll just keep taking it. What the hell? 14-year-olds. They're asking 14-year-olds to work like it's some big stretch. It's 1:44. Got to take a break. Good news coming your way next. Stick around. 148 Talk 995, talk995.com. Always tough coming off a 3-day weekend. You got to remember that it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's not Monday. It is Tuesday. Joining us now on the Birmingham Broker Hotline, the one and only Michael Weber of Weber Mortgage, 270-5550. Was just thinking, because of the hurricane and because of other various and sundry things on the 3-day weekend, I was just thinking about the first time that Weber Mortgage ever bailed me out of a jam. It was when my original lender from my beach house just completely tanked on me. I mean, I don't know if this happens often, Michael. I know of a couple of times, one of them being mine, where, you know, you're a day away from the closing table and they just kind of throw up their hands and go, yeah, sorry, no, that's not going to happen. You're like, what? We've been doing this for a month now. How did we get to this point? But you guys stepped in, saved the day, and made it work for me, which is wonderful. You still do beach properties, I assume.
We do. We have a Florida and an Alabama license. So if you're on the Gulf Coast or you're here looking at buying, most of our clients are actually here looking at buying a second home, vacation property, or investment condo down at the beach. You know, when you got a big storm come through here like we've had, people start reevaluating, do we want this? Do we want the risk? Are there any deals out there that we can take advantage of because somebody else doesn't want the risk? So anytime you see a big storm like this come through, everybody's thinking about, you know, do I want to get there or do I want to get out? It's funny. Everybody who is not there wants to be there, and everybody who is there says, this may be time for me to get out. So we do plenty of lending, not only at the Gulf Coast, but really anywhere in Florida someone's buying. We can certainly help them purchase there. We got the best rates down there just like we do up here.
Yeah, I'm always amazed. When I lived in Orlando, I was amazed at the number of people who rented houses there for 2 weeks at a time. A lot of them from Europe. People would come over from Great Britain and spend 2 weeks there just to go to Disney World. And I thought, well, that's got to be a great investment. You buy a house and you keep it rented with Europeans coming to go to Disney World. You're going to be okay, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, now with the Airbnb and the VRBO stuff, you don't have to pay these management companies 15, 20, 25% to manage your properties. There's tons of people I know that we have a couple on the lake that we rent through Airbnb and VRBO to other people, and they do great. So, I mean, prices are definitely high at the coast for sure. I mean, I don't know that we're at the top, but I feel like we're getting pretty close. So it might be the time now to start asking questions so that you're prepared, so that maybe in 2 years, if we see values drop, then you're already positioned and you know exactly what you're ready for.
You are on it. That is Weber Mortgage with 1B, webermortgage.com, 270-5550, NMLS number 219938. Talk to you tomorrow on Wednesday, Michael.
Can we start skipping Tuesday? Because we skip Monday, but then it's really just Monday on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, well, it's Tuesday, but it's really Monday. So we'll just do Monday, and then we'll just skip Tuesday and go straight to Wednesday.
Now I'm confused. Is the show over yet? Okay. Thank you, Michael.
See you, brother.
Good day, man. NMLS number 219938. It is time for your So Nice Embroidery Printing and Promotion Feel Good Story of the Week. Actually have a couple of them, to be honest with you, and we need more good news, so let's do it.
Oh, it's so nice, so nice, so nice, so nice, so nice, so nice. Oh, it's so nice to be with you.
Man, there is so much going on at So Nice Embroidery Printing and Promotions, but they always have space and time for your order. They always do. All you need to do is reach out to them, SEWNiceembroidery.com, and tell them what it is you are after. They'll be more than happy to get it together for you, and, you're going to get it at a great price. They do it fast, they do it right, they do it cheap. All right, not cheap, inexpensive, because, quality, always quality. But they'll give you what you want, which is what you're looking for. Whether you need embroidery on a hat or a uniform of some kind, shirts, they do all of the Talk 99.5 stuff. So if you were out at Jawbone Jam and saw some of those shirts, maybe bought some, then you know the quality of the work that they do, and they can design it for you as well for a small fee. That, my friends, is So Nice Embroidery Printing and Promotions. Heat pressing, screen printing, you name it, they can make it happen for you. SEWNiceembroidery.com, 594-5461. Here's a good story. A woman in Illinois wanted to open an animal rescue clinic. Her neighbor made it happen by donating over $700,000 to the project. He had just made a whole bunch of money in cryptocurrency, wanted to share the wealth. Holy cow, $700,000. That's a good neighbor right there. And rescuers recently saved a stranded swimmer more than 2 miles off the coast of Ireland. The only reason they found him is because a pod of dolphins surrounded him in the water. The rescuers think that they might have been trying to protect him. It was either that or they were, preparing to eat him. One way or the other, he got rescued. That's the important thing. That's the takeaway here. He got rescued. Okay? What are Irish people doing swimming with dolphins? What's the story there? Something deeper we need to dig into. There's your SEW Nice, So Nice Embroidery Printing and Promotions feel-good stories of the week. 594-5461, SEWNiceembroidery.com. We will chat with Dr. Andy Sum in the next hour. He is away in Vegas, so maybe we'll find out what's happening in Sin City when we finally hook up with him. Stick around.